street. Waiting for the green man at traffic lights is fun too. Oops, got to hurry. School's about to start.
Remember, whether you're walking, riding or driving, let's keep safe and teach children about road safety. This message was brought to you by the Road Accident Fund. Call us on 087 820 1111.
On 947, this is Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Lerato Höfele. Higher Education Minister Bladen Nzimande is urging universities to allow NSFAS-funded students with outstanding fees to register for the 2024 academic year. Nzimande was speaking at a briefing in Pretoria where he gave an update on the state of readiness for tertiary institutions. Thousands of students are still waiting to receive outstanding allowances from the funding scheme, which is preventing others from being able to register.
I've noted with concern that the main reason for the outstanding payments was due to reconciliations that NSFAS has been engaged with institutions, predominantly because of registration data changes.
The Commission of Inquiry into the Marshalltown fire has heard how the Usindiso building was allegedly run and controlled by drug dealers. A witness who lived in the hijacked building for nearly 2 years took to the stand today. This is the same man who admitted to setting the 5-story building on fire while allegedly trying to burn the body of someone he says he killed. Alpha Ramoshwana reports.
The man who claims to be behind the Usindiso building fire says he worked for a drug dealer who was one of the people who collected rent from residents in the hijacked property. He described the building as a hub for illegal activities and alleges that many people were tortured and murdered in the basement of the 5-story block of flats. The witness also told the Commission of Inquiry into the Marshalltown fire that he developed a relationship with the alleged drug lord to feed his addiction to crystal meth. He claims to have bought petrol and set a body alight on the fateful day, not thinking that more than 70 people would lose their lives due to his actions. He broke down and told the commissioners that he's haunted by events which play out in his mind every single day. Alpha Ramoshwana, Eyewitness News, Johannesburg.
And the Energy Department says fuel stations that are being probed for supplying watered-down diesel will be issued a compliance notice to which they will have 2 weeks to respond to. The department's annual fuel quality and monitoring program for 2023 has implicated 70 stations across the country, with Limpopo recording the highest incidence. A cloudy Wednesday in store for Gauteng tomorrow with isolated showers and thunder showers. Lerato Höfele, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Makes the run out. That's no mistake this time.
A lot of supporters complaining about Sundowns dominating the national team. Mr. Marawa, I don't think that should be the case. I think we have to support whoever who is representing the country, irrespective of the team that are playing for.
Despite all the criticisms and the negative comments they had after the first game, the guys came up with shoulders high and they look forward.
I believe in Oyoba we are going to go to the knockout stages. Now I'm targeting at least the quarterfinals. If Bafana Bafana goes to the semi-final, I'll be very proud.
Any surprise? Give me very quickly a surprise elimination.
Ghana is not going through. That's what I say.
Ghana is not going through. Very confident, gentlemen. Thank you so much indeed. Elasto Kabawenza as well as Timothy Batabahira. Eddie Dinya.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Maybe one word to describe the current Africa Cup of Nations. If you do have that word, I just would love to know. I believe it's been the most incredible Africa Cup of Nations I've ever had the privilege to witness in my entire existence. And I just think people worldwide and the kind of coverage it's been getting globally, you look at how interested the likes of Sky Sports are in the Africa Cup of Nations, and you can understand why. I mean, there's a whole lot of African players that are plying their trade in the EPL. So this, for them and for the entire world, is massive. But it's also just good. It's a good feeling to see African football being showcased in this way. And yeah, well done. Well done to CAF. I don't think there's been a time where we've openly congratulated them for putting together something as spectacular. And I hope that it does continue in this way. It's only the beginning. The business end of the tournament is about to kickstart. And if you're following yesterday, hey, the Egyptians drawing 2-2 with Cape Verde in Abidjan, a result that secured second place, though, in Group B. Salah sitting in the stands. Mohamed Salah not able to play. I mean, he's got, 96 caps now. Was in the side that lost to Cameroon in the 2017 decider in Gabon, and again at the last edition in Cameroon 2 years ago, where Senegal edged them on post-match penalties. But hey, the man knows, though, what it means to win the tournament.
My injury is still a bit still there, but the most important thing here now is to speak about the game. We are very positive. We have a great players. We have a great team, and just need to fight. We just need to fight and see what's going to happen. But again, we have a great players, and I think this is the best 20 players or 19 players playing in Egypt, and also in total 27 players, the best 27 players in Egypt. So we just need to play our game and with the courage and confidence.
So the Egyptian coach, Rui Vitória, has taken a bit of a swipe, though, at the way that Liverpool have handled Mo Salah's hamstring injury. Liverpool has said Salah that will return to the club on Wednesday for an intensive rehab program. He had said, though, that an injury sustained during the previous match had not been resolved, leaving up in the air whether he will be able to compete further in the tournament in the Ivory Coast.
Let me first say, the one you should never doubt the commitment of Mo Salah. I never met a guy, a player, but also a human being who's more committed to the life of being a professional football player. And I know the country is devastated losing him. We were devastated to hear that he got injured. He plays the first game, scores, assists, captain. Massive importance, of course, but the only reason why our medical team and their medical team decided for him to come back is to give him the best possible chance to be available in the final, if Egypt reaches the final. It's an example how international football with club football should cooperate, to put the player in the center and not targets of everyone, because it's a conflict of interest. No, but how it works now is that all of us made the decision what's best for him. And for him it's the best to have a stable environment, knowing the people, having a proper people who are committed, not who have time and focus on this rehab process. And we know how it will go here in this facility. And
Right, looking at Algeria, I mean, they're still chasing their first win on the ongoing competition. They take to the field to play Mauritania at the Stade de Lebar in Bouquet this evening at 2200 hours. Now, coach Jamel Belmadi knows that their qualification depends on the game, and they can't afford to disappoint their fans back home.
I don't want anyone to forget what Riyad is able to do. Yes, of course, I agree. It's a fact that the last two games was not his best games with the national team, but don't kill him too soon. 4 months ago he was champion of Europe. So about my plan for tomorrow, obviously you don't know me because I never give any information about that. He might start the game, he might be on the bench, doesn't matter. The most important thing is that the team will be able to win, to qualify for the second round. He might start, he might come in. It all depends anyway. He's our captain. We know what he's able to do. I know there is a lot of doubt on him at this time. He always played. This is something that he used to do under pressure. So I have the full confidence on him.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, covering Africa Cup of Nations Côte d'Ivoire 23. All of the action, all of the time. Hashtag NSW Afcon.
Yeah, the big one tomorrow. Bafana Bafana head coach Hugo Broos has warned his team that they can still lose everything when they play against Tunisia in their final Group E Africa Cup of Nations qualifier at the Stade Amadou Gon Coulibaly in Gorogo tomorrow evening. That kickoff is going to be at exactly 7 o'clock South African time. South Africa will go through to the last 16 with the point against the Carthage Eagles, and even if they lose, they're likely to progress as long as Mali beats Namibia in the other Group E match. Now, if Bafana Bafana lose and Namibia win or draw, however, South Africa will be out of the competition. Hey, calculators again.
So, first of all, our first goal was to achieve the second round, so to pass the group stages. I think there is a chance, an opportunity for us tomorrow. A little bit uncomfortable is the fact that our opponent has 1 day more recuperation than we. But after the big victory of Sunday, I think we got a boost of energy, and we know what we can achieve tomorrow. So the team will be ready. We know that Tunisia is a good team, and I don't look at the first game. I think they underestimated Namibia, and that's why they lost the game. But I saw another Tunisia against Mali, and I expect the same for tomorrow. We will fight every second and every meter tomorrow to have a good result. And what is a good result? First of all, is not losing against Tunisia. That should give us nearly to be certain of the next round, and that was our goal. So we know what we can do tomorrow, and we will be ready for it.
Yeah, more on Bafana Bafana coming up later on in the show. Oh man, the mighty Black Stars, winless in their past 7 Africa Cup of Nations finals matches. A huge fall from grace though with the former 4-time champions. The big question is, what has happened? I mean, the Black Stars were all but certain of progression to the knockout stages after being 2-0 up until the 90th minute last night. Mozambique scored 2 goals in referee's optional time, spoiling their party. It's still mathematically possible, though, for Chris Hughton's side to qualify for the knockout stages, but with just 2 points to their name, I mean, they need a number of results in other groups to go their way. And if they do exit the competition, the 4-time champions can have few complaints, having not only looked lethargic throughout the entire tournament, but especially against the Mambas. I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm drawing on the knowledge now, and I've got to thank him very, very much indeed. I mean, he's a man who's played for Bayern Munich for many, many years, also represented the Black Stars over 50 times, 54 caps, the Sami Kufuor, legend in his own right. Sami, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to everybody.
I don't know where to begin, Sami. I thought of you last night. I didn't phone you, but I thought of you very deeply because I know how much you love your country. I know how much you love the Black Stars. What on earth is going on?
Rob, I think it's a simple thing. We always thought that we are better, but we are not at the moment. Because a national team, you need to have a philosophy. A national team needs to have a concept. A national team needs to have a plan. A national team needs to have a system. We don't have it. We don't have it, and we don't have it. It's very difficult at the moment for each and everyone in this country, because yesterday we thought that we were going through with 4 points. Like you said, the dying minute, we're losing focus, we're losing concentration, and that's what happened. And now, I don't know if it will be very good for us to go through with whatever that mathematics that we are playing here. I think it's a shame to all of us. You cannot go to a tournament with 2 points and go to the round 16. I mean, we will feel more comfortable, but if it happens, we will take it. If it doesn't happen, we have to come back to the drawing board and do our job very well, because this country is sick and tired of all those nonsense. Because it's not the best. everybody is complaining that we are not good enough. And you could see that we are not good enough in terms of our tactical approach, in terms of the way we even set up our team. Everything is not right. I think we need to go back to the basics. On my time of my Galatians, Steven Apia, Muntawi, Bentley, and all those people, we need to go back to the drawing board and fix whatever that we're supposed to fix there. Because we need to go back to the youth. If we want to qualify, if we want to play better, we need to go back to the youth. Because nobody is mentioning the youth system in our country. I think it's a shame because how many of us progress from the youth system? I will take myself as an example. Coming to South Africa 96, I was around 21, 22 years. But I have already played how many games for the youth side? And how many of us progress from that youth side to be in South Africa 96? A lot of us. But now, in this team, you cannot mention 1, 2, 3 players that play in the youth system before. So that is our problem.
But then, is it a national coach problem or is it an association problem?
Well, I think we need every coach that will come in. We need to put a concept there. We need to have our strategy. Rob, I always say there's a difference between planning and preparation. You cannot always prepare. You need to have a plan. If you are building a house, you cannot just say I have money, so I have to go and build a house. You need to put paper and pen and plan that I'm building this house. It is going to cost me like that. You cannot always say that we have Kudus, we have Pate, we have this, so we have to go and win the trophy. It doesn't work like that anymore. People are planning. And if we are playing football against Mozambique, and the last 20 minutes we try to defend, that is a shame to us. How can we defend against Mozambique? Because Mozambique is doing something right that we are not doing it. Quebec is doing something right that we are not doing it. This group, normally we should walk through. But now things have changed because they are doing the right thing and we are not doing the right thing. I feel sorry for my country. I feel sorry for people who are in this country who are football fanatic. You could see the journalists, everybody is just screaming, talking. But for me, the problem is after this, we will never sit down and just say what went wrong. What can we do better? How can we move forward from here? We never do those things. And we just leave it like that. And if we leave it like that, we are going to face the same situation in the next 2 years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my country.
But there needs to be a turnaround. Finally, Sami Kufo, what's the turnaround strategy? What are Ghanaians saying? What is Sami saying? What role should be played? You need and you deserve better as a nation with the collective of players that you do have at your disposal. I mean, you talk about Mohamed Kudus. Everyone's been excited about him, whether he's playing for club or for country, an exciting player. And it's going to be sad that we have to lose him if, you guys officially then have to go home.
We have to go home because we don't have a plan. Rob, and as simple as that. The country doesn't have a plan for the football. We always prepare, and preparation is not enough for the tournament. We went to the World Cup 2022 in Qatar.
Yes.
We have 17 players under 25 years. How old is Kudus? Kudus is 23 years. We have 17 players under 25. So what do we do? And we prepare ourselves that we are going to win a trophy in Ivory Coast. It doesn't work like that. We need to give these players time for us to plan towards our achievements. We cannot prepare, we have to plan. And if we don't plan, it will be the same thing every day. People are tired, people are fed up. Even when you walk today in the street, people are start complaining about you. Oh, your time when you used to play, it's not my time anymore. It's a time that we have to prepare. It's a time that we have to plan.
What about Sami Kufo becoming the president? We see it with the other Samuel. Samuel Eto'o is there, the president of the association. Yeah. Is it not a leadership issue? Very quick one, Sami.
I think so. Because people are complaining that the whole FA, the whole thing, the whole ministry, nobody is just trying to put his feet down to see the problem of Ghana football. I think the problem is about administration, the coaching staff. I will not blame the players because they are too young. We have a lot of these young ones that you can groom them to become somebody in the future. I think the problem is the way we manage things.
Sami Kufo, thank you very, very much indeed. I hope to have a chat with you sometime soon, just to dig deeper and get other thoughts as well of people that have been following the Black Stars as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Legendary football player, as I said, former Bayern Munich star, Ghanaian, Black Stars magician, Sami Kufo. Always passionate about the game. He's just saying he's disappointed with the Football Association.
Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23. Real-time action was Robert Marawa. Hashtag MSW Afcon.
Hello, January. You feel different to December. December was nice, wasn't it? January is strange like that. Because as much as December was easy, January is hard. Giving things up, getting fit, looking ahead, making plans, changing plans. And 11 months later, it's December again. And on it goes. Year after year after year. The thing is, December is how you should feel when you retire. And all the time you spend getting there should make it worth it. That's why, after 50 years of investing, we've learned that time is the greatest gift of all. And the good news is, if you invest early, time gives you money. And then money gives you more time to do the things you want to do. Like turning your Januaries into Decembers. Ellen Gray, long-term investing. Ellen Gray is an authorized FSP.
Everyone knows that South Africans love December. That's why Burger King created the December Special, where you could get 2 Whopper meals with chips and a bottomless drink for only $130. What they don't know is that you can still get that same Burger King special today, because after the 31st of December, Burger King decided to December on to the 32nd of December, then the 33rd of December.
Our 130 Rand Whopper special is still Decembering at Burger King.
2nd December. Then the
Get down to Dis-Chem this Friday 26 to Sunday 28 January for incredible one weekend only 2+1 cheapest 3 deals on the widest range of sports supplements, energy drinks and bars from brands like Biogen, NPL, USN and many more. Get expert advice from our in-store consultants to help you reach your health and fitness goals. Excludes all advertised products. Only at Dis-Chem. Better health starts here.
Hit the road in style with Sani, your ultimate car rental companion. Adventure begins with choice, and we offer a selection of high-quality vehicles, motorcycles, workhorse buggies, shuttles, motorhomes, and more at the best daily and monthly rates, with nationwide pickup points at all major airports. Visit Sani, that's SANI.COZA, and enjoy a 30% discount. Sani is the official car rental partner to Prime Media. Go further. Go safer. Go Sani.
I like to sell it, but want a good price for it. Where can I sell it? I'd like to sell it. I'd like to sell it. I'd like
Whoa. You want to sell your car?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, because we'd like to buy it. 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 You want to sell it? We want to buy it. We buy cars. The best way to sell your car by far.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
You either win with us or you watch us win.
Give it to a guest on Friday, Farouk Khan, who was here, and he said, press it down. He'll show people that happened with that penalty. He'll reverse that. Guess what? Reversed it. Scored the penalty.
Percy Tau is going to make up for that penalty miss.
Tau makes the run. That's no mistake this time.
He said, Temba Zwane will come to the party. Yeah, came to 2 parties, scored twice, scored a brace, came off.
And Zwane is going to come to the party as well.
Zwane still in possession, tries to take it on his own, and it delivers.
So beautiful stuff. I know you're listening, Farouk Khan. I've got to give credit to you.
That is a masterclass from the immortal.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Good evening, Rob, and the listeners. I think we need to give credit where credit is due. Bafana Bafana really did us proud. Not the prettiest brand of football, but they really gave a good account of themselves. Also, props to the coach and the technical team. I think, though, moving or going into the Tunisia game, we need to play our brand of football, the kind of football that we played in the first half of the Mali game. Only thing I would want them to just be at that level for the entire 90 minutes, because in the Mali game they didn't quite come out of the dressing room during halftime or after halftime. They just did not come out. But props to them, and I hope we could even get into the semi-finals at least.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Mr. Marawa, looking at yesterday's result, ngicabanga ukuthi this Afcon will be won by our underdogs this time around. When we see powerhouses like Abo Ghana, Abo Ivory Coast doing so badly in the tournament, it's giving us an indication that we might have a team that will win their first Afcon Cup this year. And I'm very impressed with Equatorial Guinea. They caught me by surprise. They are doing very, very well in the tournament. But I'm looking forward to see how Bafana Bafana will fare against Tunisia tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Marawa.
Hey, Mr. Marawa, that was embarrassing for Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, they didn't try hard. Those are big boys, but, it looked like these guys, they were playing for the first time together. You could see if there was no synergy, there was no chemistry with these players. It was extremely, extremely humiliating for their supporters. Thanks, it's Malcolm X.
Good evening, Robert. This is the man. To sum up this CAF competition, Robert, one can say it's a mouse chasing a cat competition vis-a-vis a cat chasing a mouse. Anything is possible in this instance, Robert. Those that we put our money on are just not making it, which is a sign that Bafana Bafana will definitely go through as long as they keep their heads up. Good show, Robert, as always.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, covering Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23. All of the action, all of the time. #MSW Afcon.
All right, listening to some of those WhatsApp voice notes, very confident South Africans saying that, the way that we are playing, there is hope we will go through. We'll go through to the knockout stages. So a big game tomorrow. And one thing I want to entice you with, we don't like to watch football alone, hey? I certainly don't. So I'm putting it out there. And the judges will bear testimony to this because I'll leave it in their hands. All I'm doing is that I call it Bafana Bafana crunch time tomorrow. So the crunch time means we'll be viewing as 947, and we would love a little bit of your company. So if within the next 15 minutes you send a voice note telling me why you should be part of the viewers that are going to be here to watch the game, why you deserve to be part of the magic, part of the atmosphere, part of all the things that will be happening tomorrow, including some, big name former Bafana Bafana players who will come and join us for this Bafana Bafana crunch time viewing. So just send me a voice note. Tell me why you deserve to come through. We'll treat you like a king. We'll treat you like a queen. Make it special. And hopefully we get the result that we want. 060-708-0484. 060-708-0484. That's the WhatsApp voice note. Send it through. Next 15 minutes. Let's see what the judges come up with. Be enticing. Don't just say, I want to come through because, I've got the magic or I've got the superpowers that will make Bafana Bafana go through and qualify. No, it's fine. Bring your magic. But, be a bit more enticing. Convince me. Convince us. Let's hear from all the shareholders, man. So we'll park that aside for now. In the previous conversation we had earlier on, disturbing story. Alexi Efstatio of Cape Town Spurs. I mean, he was talking about the potential that Tikamva, the football academy, might be closing down. Saying that in this day and age, it makes no financial sense to pursue academies. And he gave a breakdown, just also saying that scouts are coming through and, poaching of players. They've sent out letters to certain clubs saying you're banned from coming through to the academy. So, yeah, trying times all round.
Good evening, Rob. Rob, I remember at one stage, I think 2012, 2013, or even before, when Prime Media was sponsoring Kaizer Chiefs. At one stage, they suggested to Kaizer Chiefs or to Kaizer Motaung that the development side or the academy must be closed because you only pumping money and you don't see the fruits. You invest in this under 12, under 15, under 17, under 19, or the reserve side, and then in all these you only promote 2 players or 3 players that you would see the investment. So where is the investment in that? If you have more than 50 players or 60 players in these academies, and in that period you only produce 2 good players. So that was their argument according to Kaizer Motaung, but Prime Media never came out and say this was true. They wanted to close the academy. So it's not the first time that we're hearing that there's people are thinking about closing the academy. It happened before.
Yeah, thank you so much indeed for just jogging back our memories as far as that is concerned. I think it had bigger problems that had to do with more sponsorship that wasn't happening. I remember Paul Dallas, I'll never forget, whenever he would be told, why is he not using the players from, the academy? And he was like, me no come here to bring up the young ones. Me come here for result. So that was always his get out of jail card. But you can also send me those messages in terms of joining us tomorrow for the Bafana Bafana Crunch Time screening, even on other social media platforms. You can use Twitter or X. Just convince us. Simple as that. We're not going to be difficult about this. But you know what? The increasing number of clubs, though, in the Premier Soccer League that are struggling to meet their contractual obligations with the players can be likened to a ticking time bomb. And it's a very dangerous thing. I think it's also part of what Alexi Efstacho was talking about, just saying that the current state of the game locally, there needs to be a big indaba about it. And we've seen Moroka Swallows. I mean, that's been the most recent. That story is a tale of taking a bite that you could not chew as the wheels are seemingly coming off the revival bandwagon. Or is there a bigger plan? We don't know. I mean, they decided to play a bit of hide and seek in December, ditching their 2 fixtures like a forgotten New Year's resolution due to unresolved issues between the players and the club's management. Now, this past week, Swallows dismissed 22 players, could be more, and I'll get correction on that in a second. Those players were players that went on strike due to unpaid salaries, something that South African Football Players Union is strongly condemning. Premier Soccer League clubs received 2.3 million rand after tax in monthly grants to help the teams to meet their financial needs. And that is why we brought into the studio SAFPU representative. He's the SAFPU president. Thulaganyo Gaoshubelwe is here. Mr. Prez, good evening. Welcome to the show. Good to see you in the new year.
Good to see you, Rob, and thank you for having us.
You had to call an urgent press conference because you were not happy with how things were panning out at Swallows. What stood out for you? Me, I was shocked. We were here when we broke the news on Friday. 22 players gone, dismissed with immediate effect.
Rob, and I think we need to paint the picture here so that we all understand exactly where we are. And I heard you in your opening statement saying that the players who went on strike, allegedly so. And we reject that view, by the way, that the players went on strike. We don't think there was ever anything like a strike. We can confirm, yes, we can confirm, of course, that there are recommendations by the chairperson of the disciplinary committee, which it's an internal process. We know that there's an internal process. Swallows set up an internal processes, and we went there. But these are the prayers of Swallows. We have written to Swallows, requesting them to give us a decision based on the issues on the recommendations by the chairperson. And we've done so, Rob, so that if indeed they are endorsing that decision to fire the 22, we should then take this matter on review to the dispute resolution chamber. Because in our view, that will be unfair dismissal of these players. Which brings us to this point. The players were charged, Rob. There were 3 charges. They were charged to refuse to attend training. The second charge would have been the refusal to go play. And the third charge was contravening the PSL thing. The first charge actually is not even to refuse training, but to embark on an unprotected strike. And we have made this point to say the players were not on strike because they are mentioning 4 days, Robert, which is the 12th, 13th, and 14th. They said the players refused to go to training. The other day will be the 26th. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
However, the players on these particular days, they were at training. They did the tactical thing. And the technical team decided otherwise to say, no, you may not train. And precisely because at the time the players had not received any salaries and they would not probably have not eaten and whatever the mental health state, the state of their, the mental state at the point was not at the point where they would be able to focus. Go to function and play football and all that. And they take that. But Rob, it's important to also note that when you want to declare a strike, there are a number of things that we need to look at. And this thing is important. When you look at Part 6, Schedule 8 of the Labour Relations Act, it makes it very clear that if there's a strike, you must put the players, you must give an instruction. It's an ultimatum. You guys are on strike. You must go back to work. If you don't go back to work, this is what would happen. That never took place.
So then there would be in defiance
It will in defiance of for you to
So it
declare
never
a strike.
happened.
It never happened. And you know why Swallows didn't do that? In our view, simply because the players were not on strike. They were at training all the time. Let's fast forward. The 26th, we got a call from the team indeed to say the players have threatened not to play if we don't pay them. We convened a meeting. We were speaking with the CEO. We said, let's convene a meeting tomorrow, convene the players and so forth. Indeed, a notice went out. This is the 27th. Remember, it's the day where they were supposed to have played the Sundowns.
Yes.
They agreed to say, let us convene at the nest. The nest is where is the home.
training,
The nest is the where they camp. You know, Swallows home. What is this thing? Where they camp. Clubhouse. Swallows clubhouse. The players came in their uniform and the players came there. But of the players who came, there would have been 30 players. There was not even, when you go to camp, you are told that 20 players will come to camp. These are the names. That never happened. We were not told that. But in the middle of the discussions, we were trying to find a solution. We were then told that the game has been called off by the chairman of the club, which caught us by surprise because we were there to find a solution in terms of that. And the players made 2 important things, distinction, and we need to make this distinction. They said, look, if you do not pay us, we are not going to go and play. This is what the players are saying. But secondly, the other part is that if you are not going to give us money now, then you must at least have a written contract, a promise that you're going to say, put it back down to paper and stuff and all that. But when we presented our case, Swallows was not interested in what we were saying. They went ahead and they canceled the game. We agreed we leave. For the sake of time, I'll just cut that so that we get to this.
Yeah.
Then on the very same day, we asked the question, how are you going to pay the players? They said, we'll pay them as per their contract. By the way, these players have not been paid as per their contract, which is the last business day of the month. They've never been paid. It's either when you paid, they were paid before the game against SuperSport. This only happened on the 15th of December, but they were paid for the previous month.
So there's money owing from the previous month.
There's money owing. And months, Robert. There are those players who are owed 6 months. There are players who are owed 3. There are players who are owed this. They are signing on fees and stuff and all that. But the players are not paying. But we can conclude just on there to say the players have never went on strike. They've always played the game without receiving any salary. And that is important to note.
So then the decision not to have the game played, and you said that the chairman of the club took a decision to inform the league that they would not be able to play.
No, absolutely.
Then borne by what?
Look, we said to the chairman, this is the position of the players. And the players were saying, But we have played all along. The chairperson came to us on the 12th. The chairman came on the 12th. And he promised to give us our money. He didn't give us our money. He said, I'll pay you on the 22nd. He never did that. No communication, nothing on the 26th. And by the way, there was no need for even postpone the game against Arrows of the 13th. Because the chairperson, they had committed to say they will pay the players month end. Now, Robert, this is the funny part. They continue saying the players are on strike. That's part of the reason why they are dismissed. So the players have been on strike from the 27th up until today. This is what we are told. All right? But the 15th, of course, we had the players were given. There was an instruction, a notice that says, you guys, you are on a break. We will meet on the 15th. This is a permission from the club. And please do not play all these games, during the holidays. Now, you give them permission not to come to training. But immediately when you're supposed to pay them, on the 30th, you concord charges and you charge them. So this is acting in bad faith, which we really don't understand. If you're saying to me, I'm on strike. I'm on strike, how when you have given me permission not to come to work?
You've got that written note?
No, absolutely, we do
You've got it. Okay.
We do have
All right, let's hold it there. Let's come back after the break. SAFPU President is here with me in studio to just break down what is seemingly a different version of the initial version that we were given.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
We all know 2023 was the year of the box. The Pudo Box. The super simple lacquer-quick network of 1,200 smart lockers all over SA. Yeah, last year was big, but Malcolm marks my words. 2024 is going to be even bigger. So, whether you need to send something large or even faffing small, download the Pudo app, quick register, and hoy it locker to locker anywhere in the country from just 50 Rand. Powered by the courier guy.
Matric maths marks not adding up? English results that are too disappointing for words? A chemistry paper that bombed out? Whatever your concern, Abbott's has the solution. Upgrade your matric at Abbott's College in any or all subjects. Abbott's College High School is your gateway to academic success, where you can improve and reach your potential. Visit our next open day or visit abbots.co.za for more information. Changing your matric results can change your life. Enrolling grade 8 to 12 now.
In a world where sameness runs loose, one brand dares to rise above the noise to bring you something big. Introducing the premium 3-row XL6 from Suzuki, an SUV that's big on space, with 6 spacious seats, big on tech, with climate control and reverse camera, and big on safety, with ABS, EBD, and ESP.
Think big. Think XL6. Book your test drive today at suzukiauto.co.za.
Hey Dad, next time your boss makes you work overtime, just go speak to the hand.
It's that easy, huh?
Yeah, also, maybe you should be taking Crash Guard every day, just like me. Then you'll be the boss.
For developing minds and healthy little bodies, trust Crash Guard Immune every day. South Africa's #1 children's multivitamin and mineral supplement. Crash Guard Kids. Guarded every day, even when Dad's away.
This year, why don't you fly better? Book your flights with Emirates to a holiday in Dubai, London, or Mumbai. Look forward to delicious local food, enjoy complimentary premium drinks, and relax to your favorite movies on the way. Because it's not just about the destination, it's how you get there. This year, fly Emirates. Fly better.
There's nothing better than a good night's sleep. Visit Hirsch's, the bed specialist, for unbelievable deals on a wide range of beds. Hirsch's only keep the best quality bed brands like Simmons, Rest Assured, and Cloud9. Save 1,300 Rand when you purchase a Rest Assured Jet Flex bed for only 4,999. Hirsch's, we will save you money.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, your Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23 Information Hub.
It's a great squadron of analysts here as we analyze the Cup of Nations, probably one of the best Cup of Nations in a long time. From your side, Eddie, Dinya, have you been happy with how they've applied VAR?
Yeah, I would say yes. I'm happy.
VAR was applied, handball. A penalty was then awarded to South Africa.
Well, the referee takes his look. Will be from the penalty spot.
Timothy?
It's those moments that we need to try and capture and reduce the time that is taken before, you get VAR in action. I think that will allow, that fluidity and enjoyment of the game.
The pitch side monitor for the VAR and
#MSW Afcon. Marawa Sports Worldwide, your Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23 Information Hub. #MSW Afcon.
Musi, I believe that being in your company tomorrow will be exciting. I bring lots of patriotism. I bring good interaction and good behavior, meaning that I won't be bothering the legends with asking pictures and so forth. So hence, I'll be a great addition to the team tomorrow. Thank you.
You bring patriotism. Let's see if the judges agree.
Robert, greet you with a good answer. But nobody is talking about the Ivory Coast now. Yes, I'm so glad I'm not a citizen of the Ivory Coast today. So I assume we are all waiting for tomorrow night, us and Tunisia. I can't wait to meet you, just to be in your company and the viewers' company. Yes. I can't wait. Mooi bly, Ben Richter.
Oh, Ben Richter, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to meet you. So the judges are nodding here. They're saying, yeah, you're definitely going to be in the short list. So hopefully you can make it through, Santon Way tomorrow. We'll give you all the important information in terms of where you can come and join us for our Bafana Bafana crunch time viewing. #MSW, making it happen for all our supporters, bringing the vibe into the building. As I said, do send us your WhatsApp voice notes. Otherwise, use other social media platforms, even the YouTube channel. If you're watching the interview that I'm currently having with Thulaganyo Gaoshubelwe, the SAFPU president, you can leave your comment. Tell me why you want to come and join us tomorrow for a very, very important game, Tunisia and Bafana Bafana. Thulaganyo, as you were saying before the break, and it's strange events, though, because permission's been granted, but then you come back again on your word. But if something has been given to individual players in writing, surely they would know that legally that they're going to be compromised. Isn't that an obvious thing?
Robert, where we are at Swallows, obvious things are no longer obvious, actually. I mean, one of the issues that we're raising is that the payroll system, for an example, has collapsed at Swallows. Because when you go for 2 to 3 months without any salary, when you receive this money, when we are paid maybe on the 15th of December, how do you account for that? Are you getting paid for November, or are you getting paid for these other months and so forth? But all the other things that you owe are in arrears. It's going to be very difficult. Would have expected at least these chaps to say, yes, we have given them permission to do 1, 2, 3, 4. But because it's an internal process, like we said, they pursued it, they convinced the chairperson, and the chairperson gave them their prayers, because their prayers were that the players must be dismissed. And as much as we have not received a formal communication from Moroka Swallows, the fact of the matter is that these are their prayers. And they are using that, Robert, to renegotiate the players' contracts, to say, okay, listen, there's this recommendation, and we want to keep you, but let us deal with that particular thing. And this is not good for South African football, Robert. In your opening statement, you mentioned a very important part to say, you see, we are likely to see the collapse of the league if these things are not really dealt with the best way we know. Yes, we have raised issues around the issues of sponsorship, this and that is still previously advantaged. That's still very lily white because it doesn't want to sponsor our football, our game, and so forth. And hence you see all these other academies being closed. We can talk about all those particular matters. However, the most important part here is that Swallows has got a commitment, and Swallows charges these players. It dismisses them. It doesn't even look. I've mentioned about Part 6 and Schedule 8 of the Labour Relations Act. It says you really need to look as to what informed. Let's just give it to them for a minute and say the players were on strike. Let's just do that. But have they considered what led to that in terms of that?
But according to the sanction, just coming in there, Thulaganyo, they said, after consideration of all factors above, I find the employment relationship cannot be sustained and dismissal is the only appropriate sanction. Now, when you say that the payroll has collapsed, and here the finding is that the relationship cannot be sustained, who's failing to sustain the relationship? Because players don't just wake up one day and say, we are not going to play. I know you said that they weren't officially on strike, but whatever the terminology is, they don't just wake up and do that.
No, you don't do that, Rob. But let us just go back in terms of their own charges, just to support this point that you are making. The answer is the club, by the way. But let us just go back to this answer. The players are charged for the 12, 13, and 14, and the 26 to say they did not show up for work.
Yeah.
Let's just give it to them. For some reason, let's agree with them that indeed that's a principle.
Right.
But in terms of their own charges, they say they will apply a no work, no play principle. So which means for the 4 days, you're not going to be paid. But I can tell you that on record. To this day, the players have not received their monies. If it is a no work, no pay principle, let's do the pro rata thing and pay the players what they have worked for, which is the 27 days in December. And you are able to say, then we can agree to that. But to show that you are dealing with people who are not honest, who always want to shift the goalpost, these are the kind of results that you would normally get when you deal with this matter. So it can be correct and it can be true that indeed the players were wrong or their relationship, it's at a level where they cannot find each other. How are they going to find each other? So does it mean that the only relationship that they will be able to save is when the players take a salary cut and they give them the new contract? Will that change anything? No, we don't think so.
But there's an acceptance, which is going along the same lines that you're saying. Was the sanction again allude to the fact that generally it is not acceptable to dismiss employees on first occasion of incident. However, some circumstances similar to the case warrant that a sanction of dismissal be militated herein, even if the employees are of the first transgressors. A lot of things are not making sense there.
No, they're not, Rob. I feel sorry for the chairperson of this sitting because he had to deliver the players on a silver platter. And deliver them, indeed, he did exactly that. But when you look at all these issues, all the matters that are raised, transgressing the clauses of the PSL, I mean, we asked them, if you're saying they were on strike, what did you do to charge them? They said they used the PSL handbook to charge them on issues of strike. There is no way when the handbook of the league talks about matters of charging these players when it comes to strikes and stuff and all. We can only, your best bet is the Labour Relations Act. Let's look at it. What does it say? How do you then deal with that particular thing? But Robert, we can tell you, it doesn't matter. You can go, bring the best lawyers that you have in this world. We're still going to arrive at the same decision because this decision would assist the club to terminate illegally so the players' contracts and do that. But however, we will definitely take these matters ourselves forth. If we get a formal letter from Swallows and a formal ruling, we'll take them to the dispute resolution chamber where we will go and present the case before them to really demonstrate that it is not possible that the players would have gone on strike. It is not possible that the players refused to play the game. It is not possible that the players themselves did not or transgressed any ruling of the league. But funny part is, they go back and they look at 17.2 and 17.1 and 17.2 of the players' contract. That talks about the payment of the players to say, no, you're not supposed to go on strike, you're not supposed to do this. But within that, it says when the players are even suspended, they need to be paid their salaries. But you can also, when you apply whatever no work, no pay, you still need, as an employer, to be able to pay. But I can tell you, to this day, the players are still waiting for their salaries and so forth.
Sure. I'm just looking at some of the comments here, Thulaganyo, on the YouTube channel. And thank you very much indeed for that. Spusiso Mningwa says, breach of contract of players by Swallows failing to pay salaries. It says, what does SAFPU rules and regulations say about disputes of affiliates like clubs? What is the PSL handbook saying about all of this? Zakes Mapongo says, well, nice show as always. I would love to watch Bafana Bafana with you, as well as the legends. Reason why I should be chosen is I love football. I'm a fan of the show since you started from back in Auckland Park. So, you know what? I leave it to the judges. I'm not going to be the judge. We'll try and convince the SAFPU president to join us as well for the viewing tomorrow. But over and above this, so where does this leave? As we conclude, where does this leave? Let's say Swallows were to play tomorrow. Would they be able to put out a team from what you know, given the situation that they find themselves in?
From what we know, we thought they will be able to pull out a team. But you'll never know. People such as this, they are signing everybody on that they can get a hold of. You know, to say, let us sign you, let us go back, and you will then definitely back. The question is, will they be able to sustain the team going beyond this? We doubt. The manner in which the management is running the team, we don't think they are able to take this team out of the woods in terms of those financial issues, as it were. And we think, Robert, they need to be very honest with the players. You know, that's all you need to say, this is where we are. We have these contracts. We probably chew more than we bid more than we could chew.
Yeah.
And this is where we are. But what we will do ourselves, like I said, and I keep on repeating this point because it is important, we will refer the matter to the relevant tribunal. However, we also believe that there must be certain sanctions because this action by the leadership of Swallows undermines the efforts by other clubs, you know, to uphold the integrity and the legitimacy of the league. And if this league, all of us do not protect it, we are going to end up with nothing, and we'll end up with no league whatsoever. And the league also has to play a particular role. We believe it's got a responsibility to look at these things. Because you can't have teams like Swallows being managed the way they are, they come into the space. Yes, I know there are financial issues, challenges, but we need to have at least some measure that says, let's discuss the issue of financial fair play. What does this financial fair play mean in terms of the South African context? What are the issues that we need to address and do that? And perhaps, even when we go to the dispute resolution chamber, you mentioned in your opening as I was listening, you said there's issue of Nascimento as well as Djokovic, you know, to say FIFA had said we are imposing these sanctions. We need to start somewhere. And that somewhere is we do have such sanctions within the handbook of the PSL. And what needs to be done is that we need to implement some of these things. If we are to implement one or two, it's either give them a warning or you suspend the signing of players or you take points. Then they will open their minds and they will get to understand.
But for Swallows, what for you would be appropriate? Given, as you say, it's not the first time from their side, from what we know, what would be appropriate sanction? Outside of what Zola Majavu and the PSL DC prosecution have had to put in place, obviously, to safeguard the two games that were not played. So outside of all of that, what for you would be the proper sanction for them?
For me, the proper sanction for Swallows, look, they have been sanctioned, you know, and Robert, I'm wearing this cap that says we really care about football, first and foremost. And Swallows is an employer of the people that we represent. And we would want them to continue doing what is right. But Swallows must receive a serious, in terms of when they are to be found guilty, if they dismiss these players, they really need to be sanctioned in terms of what's available. You can look at those sanctions that I've spoken about. When you look at the FIFA 12 Ps, it will tell you exactly what the 10 Ps, 12 Ps, exactly what those sections are. There is a reprimand or 3 points and stuff and all that. So it happens continuously. Then they will definitely really change. But what I would love to see happen is for Swallows to reinstate the contracts of the players, but also pay the players. Not even reinstate, but do not endorse their decision. But if they were to endorse that decision of the chairperson of the DC, we will, of course, fight that particular decision.
Thulaganyo Gaoshubelwe, SAFPU President, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be monitoring this situation very, very closely. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Rob, and I hope that we've done as SAFPU a very good job here that would allow us to come and sit with you tomorrow.
You're invited, eh?
Thank you very much.
Here's the head of the project here. She's nodding. She's saying, yes, you are invited. Hey, we'll catch you again tomorrow. Somebody else saying they're going to bring Zizigoto to the game tomorrow. Hey, is that true?
Hi, Robert. This is Amos from Amaskral. I think I deserve to be part of the team for tomorrow, Bafana Bafana's game, as I'll be giving analysis of Zizigoto's Paul's games, how Bafana Bafana should play, and then I think my analysis will also assist in giving hope for Bafana Bafana to win. Sharp.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.